This next category represents a hugely important topic that deserves recognition inside and outside of sport. The shortlist for the equality and social impact category has shows that cover a wide range of hugely important topics such as LGBTQ, autism, race, environmental sustainability, equality, disability in sport, and much more.
And this category had the most shares through the judging phase too. So that just shows us how much these podcasts have really moved the listeners.
Thank you, Colleen. Well, here are the nominees. The BBC's LGBT Sports Podcast, Gold Diggers Podcast, Ordinarily Speaking, the TWS Sports Podcast, Emergency on Planet Sport, Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park, Play It Forward presented by Peace Players, Equal to Achieving Disability Equality. The winner of the Best Equality and Social Impact Podcast is TWS Sports Podcast. We now welcome Adam Milichip and Tom and Avtar from the TWS Sports Podcast. Congratulations, winners. What does it feel like?
Thank you very much.
It's honestly amazing. We're grateful for this opportunity.
It's fantastic. It's unbelievable, and we're so honoured to have won.
How did the podcast come about?
So it all started, I think, initially during lockdown, a few years ago when we were all at home listening to a lot more podcasts. And I went to our head teacher, Sarah, and I said, what a great learning opportunity it would be to do a podcast. All our students at our school are autistic, and it's something that I feel that they could get involved with. So after a few discussions with the management at school, we thought, yeah, let's go ahead with it. Let's try it. It's something that I'm not aware of many schools doing. And after a week or so, it was all kind of set up and we had the students involved. And it all started as quite a small project that has very quickly grown into a very big project.
You had some incredible guests, Matt Letitia, John Eales, Joe Hart, Paddy McGuinness. This is a question for the lads. Who was your favourite guest to interview?
Well, my two personal favourites was Will Greenwood and Paddy McGuinness.
Why? Why were they so good?
Well, with Will Greenwood, I enjoyed not only talking to him about his career, he was funny and I could relate to his child who is autistic, and he explained on how he's been learning to understand more of his child's autism.
Obviously, I know there's so much hard work goes into this podcast. Is there anyone that you guys want to thank? Because obviously, collecting an award, there's always got to be a thankful acceptance speech. Maybe you want to thank yourselves for being brilliant. Who knows?
I want to thank not only myself, but Adam, Avtar, also Nigel, because Nigel was in the early days of the podcast, and also every person that we chat to on the podcast. I'm talking everyone as well.
Where do you want to take this podcast? Is it just going to carry on where you're going to carry on doing it for many seasons? Is there any guests that you're desperate to have? What's next for you lot?
In the future, I want to talk to a variety more different people and also get more women on the podcast. And I've mentioned quite a lot of times my biggest dream on who I want to talk to on the podcast is Tyson Fury. He's one of my idols.
He'd be a good guest, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he'd be amazing.
Well, listen, now you're award winners. The sky is the limit. I'm sure Tyson Fury would absolutely love to come on. Congratulations. Well done, TWS Sports Podcast. It's an amazing feat, and I wish you the best luck in the future.
Thanks again.
Thank you so much, James.